Hey everyone, this is Trader AG and welcome to another public update. Today I'm going to be talking you through why I am in a long and a short on Bitcoin right now. It's a pretty unique position to be in because a lot of people, they have a bias, they want to take a long or they want to take a short and they want a breakdown or they want a big pump on the chart. So for me, that is not the case. Currently, I am in a long position from this zone right there. So we are like only $200 above my entry, which I took yesterday, by the way. And I am also in a short position from these highs, which I already covered 2 days ago. If you want to watch that video, link is in the description. Go and watch that one first. So I'm going to be telling you why I took this trade, what I am planning on next, and also what are the other trade setups that we might have next week or the rest of the week. So let's get started now. Before I do, I have to talk you through what happened on the chart here, because if you understand what happened here, you'll have a good understanding of what could happen for the rest of this week as well. Now, when I left you off on the last video, we were around here and we had this drop on Monday and we tried to make a push one more time here on Tuesday, but unfortunately it got rejected pretty heavily and we went down and down and down, and at the end we hit this $103.3 thousand zone. And a lot of people wondered what this zone was, like, why did we bounce from this zone? Well, if you're interested in why this bounce was happening, it was obviously the value area low of this region, of this range that we have. It's not to the dollar, obviously, but you can always think of it as a zone right here. And as we can see, we came down below the point of control and we tested this high value node right here and we bounced from that zone, hit the point of control once again, and on this downtrend, I took a long position here. And the reason I took this long was because of the order flow. So after taking these lows that we put in on the weekend, I knew that the liquidity in the market was already swept. So after seeing this low right here, I was waiting to see if we would do this on the chart, which was a really, simple case that could have happened, but we didn't. We actually went up, tested the point of control level right here, and on the downtrend that we had yesterday, I actually ended up taking a long position. And if we open up XO charts, you'll see exactly why I took this long, because it was a valid one. As you can see right here, after putting in that low at around the value area low, the price pushed higher, had this high at the point of control, and as we were pushing lower in this region, you can see that the CVD was making lower lows on the chart. And also, as we were hitting this zone, you can see how many short positions we had here as well. So the open interest was increasing. So this was a $6.8 million of open interest increase, $3.4 million of increase as the CVD was going down. So for me, this was a clear indication that shorts were coming in this zone. So for me, when we are testing the old consolidation zone that we just broke out of, this is a good long position with a stop loss below the low that originated this move. So that's what I did yesterday. I took this long and I'm still in this long position. And you might say, well, why didn't you close it? We are still in this region. You nearly got stopped out. Why are you still in this long position? Isn't it smarter to just leave it at break even and then wait for the next week? And the answer is a no. The reason the answer is a no is because my plan is probably different than yours. So the reason I say that is because I currently have two short positions running from amazing zones, right? So I talked about this short position on Tuesday when I made the video. And as we can see, it's in great profits right now. It's down $4,000 right now. And I'm in good profits. I already made money on this trade. And not only this one, but I'm also in a great profit on Solana as well. As you can see that this one is down pretty much, how much percentage is this? It's down 8%, right? So I'm in this short position still. I don't have a reason to close this. So the reason I took this long was because I looked at the zone and I looked at this downtrend and I realized that if we were going to have a bounce, without taking the $100,000 liquidity, it was going to be from this region, right? So that was my thesis about this one. If we were going to get a bounce that was going to push us above or back to the value area highs, I believe that it was going to be here. One of my theses was because we were at the value area low. The second one was because we had the divergences. And the third one was because we actually saw shorts coming in the market as well. So when I don't see those confluence factors lining up, for me, this is a great zone to look for longs. So that's what I did. I took the long position right here. And if I get stopped out, I'm quite happy because I'll make money on my Solana short and I'll make money on my Bitcoin short position. If the price decides to reverse from here and goes back up and hits this mid channel, I'll take profit, and at that point, I'll be in a position where I am long from the bottom and a short from the top. So wherever zone the price goes, I'll make money. And that is my goal at all times, right? If you have been following me for a long time, you know that my main goal on the chart is putting myself ahead and above the competition. So anyone that you see on Twitter, anyone that you see on YouTube, they will have a thesis on the chart that usually is something like, I'm going to be shorting the market here and I'm going to be looking for a breakdown. Or the opposite, where they will be looking for a long here and they will be hoping for a break up or a pump on the chart. For me, the way that you actually make money from this market and the way that you actually get yourself above the competition is being in positions every single month where you make money wherever the price goes. Because it's really, really hard to actually tell people where the price will go next. What is easier is making money both sides. So that is the position that I want to be in right now in this range, because we have been in this range for a long time now. So if I look at when we entered this range, it was around 12th of May. Now we are at the 19th of June. So it's been more than a month. So when this breakout comes in, and I don't know which way it will go, that's not what I do. I don't have a magic 8-ball, unfortunately. And wherever the price goes next, right, it could be highs, it could be lows. I want to be in a position where I'm going to make money no matter what's going to happen on the chart. And if I'm able to put myself in that position right now by having this short and by having this long, I'm extremely happy. Because if the price comes down, as I said, and loses this zone, my thesis suggests that the chances of us pushing down and getting that $100,000 liquidity, $100,000 liquidity is pretty high. So that's why I took this long position. And now you might ask me, well, do I take the long here? I don't know. It's a hard question to answer for you because I'm again, not a financial advisor. I don't have a say in what you're going to do, but I hope you understand my point. What you should always aim for if you truly want to be above the competition is, if you're going to take this long right here, you have to have the guts to take a short when we end up taking these highs or end up taking the all-time highs as well. Because that's what you should be able to do if you're trading ranges and if you're trading probabilities on the chart. You're not guessing, you're not trying to find the highs or find the lows. The only thing that you want to do is trying to make money wherever the price goes. So that's why I'm currently doing this video right now rather than doing it when I'm taking profit on this long or when I'm stopped out on this long position, because it's good to give a great clarity about my mindset. If this trade loses, I make money. If this trade goes higher, I make money. So again, put yourself in those situations and you'll make money more than you lose. Now, what do I think will happen on the chart? That's a hard question, but I think I have a good understanding of what regions are important for the market. So if I get rid of these positions now that you have seen it, I'm going to talk about this range quickly, because as I said, we have been in this range for around 1 month and 7 days now, and at some point this range will break. Now for me, that break will be really important to the chart, because wherever the price goes next, and this could be $99,000, this could be $112,000, there will be a lot of people that get stopped out, right? And even though that is the case, because this range has been so elongated and we have seen a failed impulse at the highs, we have seen a failed impulse at the lows, for me, when we see that breakout to the downside or to the upside, you don't want to be rushing into longs or shorts or looking for failed auctions to either side instantly. You should let the market do its thing. So for me, what I will be looking for when the price moves is, even though this is not a common thing that I usually do, I will look for what's happening in the world. And I don't want to give, again, my political takes on this one because it's not important to the market. But if the price is pushing lower, right? So let's say next week or tomorrow, today, we end up pushing lower. I get stopped out on my long position. I'm making money on my shorts. And the price comes down and hits these levels, and you're seeing bad news coming out, one after another. Like, let's say you're seeing The war is continuing, the USA isn't getting involved in the war, and people are really bearish. If you're seeing those things when we are taking these lows, that's a pretty good sign that a bottom might be coming for the market, right? And that's usually not what you end up thinking about the market, because when those things happen, when there's more involvement in the war, there is more escalations in the war, people tend to be a bit more cautious in the market. But don't forget that you should be able to change your bias when you're feeling fearful or when you're feeling greedy on the chart. And that's something that a lot of people preach, but that's not something a lot of people can do when the time comes. So this is what they're talking about, even though most people on Twitter that preach about this don't actually know how to do it, right? When things escalate, when you see that there is more involvement in the war, if there's a news coming in about USA coming into the war, or something happens with Russia joining with the sides, or anything happens and we are at the range lows here and people are afraid, people are selling their currencies, their crypto, because they are afraid of a big move, a big drop, this is a great buying opportunity in the market. And this is not something that you're going to hear from a lot of people, because I had to change my mindset a lot to be in this position. And it might be unpopular, it might be not something that you're going to see a lot on Twitter, but trust me, right? I really hope time proves me right on this one, because I've been on the good side of these things for a long time now. So if we think about the opposite of this one as well, if the price is able to push higher on the chart, and let's say this actually was the low that we put in for June, or I mean not June, but for this week, and we end up doing this, and price pushes higher, and you're seeing this, and as we are pushing the highs, and as we're going to the all-time highs, here you're seeing some escalations about war being over, right? So let's say at this point, I don't want to say what side, whatever happens, but good news are coming on the market about that the war is over, or people are de-escalating, and the governments are now done with actual war. That's a great time to look for short positions right here. And I know that's unpopular, but I had to train my mind a lot to be in this position. And hopefully at this point, you already know that the tools I'm using, the mindset I have is a lot different than a lot of people in the chart. And I hope you understand how that the idea of being greedy when people are extremely scared, and being scared when people are greedy, actually comes into point at these times. Not when people are telling you that there's a bloodbath, but being able to understand that before it actually happens. So for me, if there is de-escalation in the war, if the war is being left behind, and people are becoming more positive, people are having more confidence in the market, and you're seeing that the USA made a decision where they made sure that the war is over and we are at the all-time highs here, that's an amazing shorting opportunity. And again, you'll not hear this from a lot of people, but trust me about this one. I've seen it for a long time, and this is usually what happens. So look out for these moves to either side. I don't know when it will happen, and this could not be the case for the chart as well, but if you're seeing bad news coming in here, if you're seeing escalations in the war, USA entering the war, the huge news coming in on the market, and we are just up below the range, when you see these kind of moves, these are amazing opportunities to long. And the opposite side as well. If you're seeing the escalations being really heavy here, if you're seeing now the war is about to be over, everyone is getting happy, everyone is investing into the market, that's when big players leave the market. That's when they actually sell their assets, because this is when they can make sure that people are indeed buying the market. And trust me about this one as well, that they know things that a lot of us don't. So that's why I can tell these things confidently as well. I'm not calling these a black swan events, because if it was a black swan, you or me wouldn't know about it. Like if the next black swan event that happens on the market, it's not going to be about the war. It's going to be about something that we can't predict right now. I'm saying about the things that we can actually predict in the market, right? So that is my mindset about this range. You don't have to take the long that I've done, that I've taken. You don't have to take the short that I've taken. But when we are breaking out of this range, please look at the narrative. Please look at what people are saying on the chart, because you'll be able to find clues, and you'll be able to come back to this video and say, okay, AG said this. So let me just change my mindset a bit accordingly. So thank you so much for listening to me. This was it for me. If you like this content, if you're interested in more education, if you're interested in my daily live updates and seeing my positions in real time, you're more than welcome to join the tag team. I make sure that I put my everything in this community. There's a great Discord channel. There's a great educational section where we have 8+ hours of education for you, where I teach about ranges, XOR charts, tools and indicators on TradingView, and also risk management and psychology as well. So if you're interested in that, if you're interested in more of me, join the tag team. And thank you so much for this one as well. Leave a like, leave a comment on this one if you like this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.